Hello and welcome to Explain the Charts. Today is September 30th, 2025, and we are diving deep into what could be one of the most pivotal moments for Litecoin in years. The market is buzzing with speculation about an imminent spot Litecoin ETF approval, an event that could change the game for LTC investors. In this video, we'll break down all the crucial news and then see how it lines up with the story the charts are telling us. So, is Litecoin about to explode, or is this a trap waiting to spring? First, let's cover the headlines, because right now, they are the primary driver of this market. The biggest story is that the SEC appears to be fast-tracking Canary's spot LTC ETF, with multiple sources citing a 95% approval likelihood by October 2nd. An approval would open the floodgates for institutional capital, dramatically increasing liquidity and providing a huge stamp of legitimacy for Litecoin as a commodity. This isn't just speculation, it's a fundamental shift in accessibility for large-scale investors. Adding fuel to this fire is the growing trend of corporate adoption. We have IMMINENT Pharma transitioning into a Litecoin treasury vehicle with a $100 million commitment, and Luxfolio aiming to accumulate 100,000 LTC by the end of the year. This strategy effectively reduces the circulating supply, which is fundamentally bullish for the price. On-chain data also supports a healthy network, with average transaction values hitting a 2-year high this month, indicating significant high-value transfers are taking place. However, we must also consider the risks. There's a significant chance of a sell the news event, where early speculators take profit right after the approval is announced. Furthermore, the broader market remains shaky, with institutional outflows seen in Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and if Bitcoin takes a dive, it will likely drag Litecoin down with it regardless of the news. Now, let's look at the daily chart to get the long-term perspective. Over the past year, we've seen some incredible volatility. Notice the major capitulation low back in August 2024, where the price bottomed out near the $50 mark. From there, we saw two powerful rallies attempt to break out, both getting rejected hard in the $140 to $147 resistance zone, once in late 2024 and again in early 2025. This $140 to $147 area is now the most significant long-term hurdle for bulls to overcome. On the other side, a strong floor of support has been built in the $80 to $85 range, an area that has been tested and held multiple times. More recently, the psychological level of $100 has also been acting as a key support zone. So, we have a massive range established between roughly $80 and $147. The current price action is situated right in the middle of this range, coiled up for its next major move. The recent run-up over the last 90 days directly correlates with the rising ETF optimism. We saw price climb from the low hundreds of dollars to a recent peak near $120 in mid-September before pulling back. This pullback to the current price around $106 represents consolidation and perhaps some profit-taking ahead of the big decision. Switching to the 1-hour chart for a closer look at the last few days, we can see the market's direct reaction to the latest news. See this sharp impulse move right here on September 28th? The price shot up from around $104 to over $107 in just a couple of hours. This was the market pricing in the headlines about the SEC fast-tracking the approval. Since that spike, the price has been consolidating sideways in a tight channel, mostly between $106 and $107. This indicates a state of equilibrium and indecision. The immediate good news has been absorbed, and now traders are in a holding pattern, waiting for the official confirmation or denial. For a bullish continuation, we would need to see a breakout above this consolidation range with a significant increase in volume. Conversely, a failure to hold the $105.50 level on this time frame could signal weakness and a potential retest of lower supports. Drilling down to the 15-minute chart for the last 24 hours shows this coiling action even more clearly. We're seeing choppy, low-volume sideways movement. This is not an ideal environment for short-term traders, as the price is being dictated by anticipation rather than clear technical patterns. The key intraday levels to watch are the local highs around $107.77 and the lows near $105.34. A high-volume break of this range will likely dictate the direction for the rest of the day. Until that happens, the price is likely to remain pinned, waiting for its catalyst. Alright, let's zoom back out to the daily chart and synthesize everything for our outlook. The situation is tense and hinges almost entirely on the ETF news. Let's break down the potential scenarios. First, the bullish scenario, which seems the most likely with about an 80% probability given the reports. The ETF is approved on or before October 2nd. This triggers a wave of buying, pushing the price to first break the immediate resistance at $120. If that momentum continues, the next major target is the formidable $140 to $147 resistance zone. A sustained break above that level would signal a major bull market continuation for Litecoin. Second, the bearish sell the news scenario, which has a moderate 30% likelihood. In this case, the ETF is approved, but the price dumps as those who bought the rumor sell the fact. This would be confirmed by a sharp rejection at a higher price on announcement day, followed by a break below the critical short-term support at $102. If that level fails, we could see a swift move back towards the $85 support zone. Finally, there's the low probability, high-impact bearish scenario of an unexpected delay or denial, which will give a 5% chance. This would immediately invalidate the bullish thesis and likely cause a rapid sell-off, with an initial target of $85 and potentially lower. So to recap the key levels you absolutely must be watching, critical support is at the $102 to $104 zone. Immediate resistance is the recent high near $120. And the ultimate prize for bulls is breaking the multi-year resistance at $140 to $147. This is a news-driven market and volatility is expected to be extremely high around the decision date. Whatever you do, trade carefully and manage your risk. That's all for today's analysis on Explain the Charts. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know your Litecoin price target in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.